What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for my weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 9. Of course, this one's going to be for The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 13, which is called Choke Point. So, oh man, this was such an awesome episode, in terms of the Daryl stuff, So, for this review, in my opinion, I really enjoyed this episode, most of it, at least, I would say, but I really think the fight is really what we need to talk about first. So, we're going to be doing a new thing here with the reviews. I want you to comment in the comment section below. We're going to do 3 things. You know how Walking Dead does the whole, how many zombies did you kill, how many people did you kill, and why? Here on the channel, we're going to do, what was your favorite part of the episode, who was your favorite character from the episode, and why? So, basically, that's going to be a new thing that we're going to be doing, so I want you to comment, what was your favorite part of the episode, favorite character from the episode, and why? Now, my favorite part of this episode would be, of course, the fight with Daryl and Beta. I think that's obvious. Favorite character from the episode would be Daryl, and mainly because of the fight sequence, So, I'm going to recap the stuff with Daryl first, and then we'll go into some of the other stuff with the Kingdom and the Highwaymen and Tara's group. So, spoiler warning, of course, if you have not seen this episode yet, because this will contain spoilers. So, starting up, of course, we have the stuff with Daryl and Connie and, we have Daryl, Connie, and Henry, of course, who bring Lydia with them, and, they go to this kind of like building or whatever, and basically hide from Beta and his whispers, So, basically, they're pretty much just, there's pretty much just dialogue scenes here, like some for Henry and Lydia, some for Daryl and Connie. Some people even think maybe there'll be a relationship with Daryl and Connie. I personally don't see it quite yet. It's possible, but I feel like that would be a little bit ridiculous since he's a lot more, he has a lot more with Carol than Connie. And Connie just got here. Daryl, I don't feel like Daryl and Connie would be the best couple. It'd be okay, but I just don't know if they're going to go that route, to be honest. A lot of people like the theory right now. I'm just not up for it. So, they're talking to each other back and forth, writing down what they're saying to each other, and basically just waiting it out, pretty much. So then, of course, they, realize that Beta's on his way, and they have to get ready. So, I do also like the scene, too, with Henry and Lydia, and then Daryl's like, come on, we gotta go, So, we got that stuff, of course, and then they're kind of, like I said, they're getting ready, and the Whispers basically come in, and Daryl sees Beta from a distance, and, they all kind of get ready and geared up to, ready to go. So, they kill, all of the Whispers, I think, that go there. I could be wrong, but I think they pretty much kill all of them. Especially the one where Daryl, with the axe, and he gets the Whisper or whatever right before the fight with Beta. Oh my god. That was so cool. So, then, of course, we have the fight, which is the best part of the episode for sure. So, okay. The fight with Daryl and Beta would probably be one of the best fights we've seen in the entire series. I really like this fight a lot. This fight was way more epic than I thought it was going to be. Basically, Daryl has 2 knives, Beta has 2 knives, and they're going at it, of course, and, Beta picks them up and throws them on the wall or whatever, and, of course, Daryl and Beta both start fighting. Daryl grabs, a piece of wood or whatever, and they just start fighting. It's an awesome scene. We even get the part with, the saw where Daryl's right there or whatever, and he's about to get killed, and then of course he's able to hit Beta out of the way, and of course when Beta least expects it, Daryl pushes him out and basically goes all the way down. And then, of course, at the end of the episode, we find out that he's alive. Now, did I think that Beta would die this early? No. But for a minute there, I was like, they better not kill Beta. He just showed up, Would you imagine how bad that would be if Beta just got killed, literally right after his introduction episode? But, if I know a lot of people are probably going to like Beta after this episode, for sure. He is an awesome, awesome character, and I cannot wait to see more of him going forward. But the fight was amazing. The fight was absolutely amazing. So, we also have the Kingdom in this episode. We get to see the Highwaymen. Now, in terms of this stuff, I was really hoping there wasn't going to be a second group of villains. And basically, they make a deal, for them to get to the fair. And Carol's like, have you ever seen a movie? When was the last time you saw a movie? And they go to the fair, and they kind of turn out to be good guys. It seems like, for a little bit at least. And it looks like they were kind of just kind of fending for themselves, and, basically all the highwaymen go to the fair. So I don't really know what to say about that. It was okay, is really what it comes down to. So the stuff with the kingdom this season, man, I don't know what it is. The stuff with the kingdom in this second half has been just really not that interesting. I mean, I do like the fair. I do like also how they had Shiva there too, like a little, like Shiva type, thing or whatever. Just mainly to, pay respects to Shiva, of course, because she really did, save the day quite a few times in season, both season 7 and season 8. So yeah, gotta remember the tiger, that's for sure. So I do like certain scenes when it comes to Daryl, the fight, and all that stuff. But when I'm looking at the Kingdom stuff in the Highwaymen group, I don't really like it, to be honest. I found it was okay, kind of at parts, but I don't like how this whole thing kind of turned out, to be honest, with the Highwaymen group. I just wasn't a big fan of it, to be honest. But it was okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't as bad as episode 11 with the dumb stuff going on with, the run and the weird music and stuff. That was way worse. This was just okay for me. Then, of course, we do get Tara's group. Now, for a minute there, I did think that, Earl was bit, and Tammy was going to kind of find out, and it'd be all sad and stuff. But because this episode was not extended, and I knew we were going to see the fight go down, I was like, okay, he's probably not bit. We just don't have time to see him die in this episode, because this episode was not extended, which kind of disappoints me, but also kind of makes me think that maybe these last couple episodes will be extended, so, that'll be kind of fun. But in terms of Tara's group, I mean, they have, some walkers kind of go through, and other stuff like this. So in terms of the Kingdom and in terms of the Hilltop group, okay stuff for them. But in terms of the stuff with Daryl, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. So in terms of this episode for me, out of 10, I think if I had to rate this episode, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10, which is a good rating for the episode, the type of episode it is, because I feel like the fight is one of the best fights we ever saw in The Walking Dead. But I also find myself not really caring about the Highwaymen group stuff and the stuff with the Hilltops. So I find this episode to be a really good episode. I don't think it's a great episode, if I'm being 100% honest, but I do think the fight, like, if you didn't have the fight with Daryl and Beta, if I'm being honest, if the fight was not in the episode, I would look at this as just an okay episode. But because you have that amazing fight, that's one of the best in the series, in my opinion. Everybody has their opinions, but could even rival some of the stuff with Rick and Negan last season, with their fight around this time last season. So when you really look at it, I mean, I think the fight pretty much, could I say the fight between the two saved the episode? No, I don't think it was desperate for that fight to happen. I think it could have, if the episode didn't have the fight scene, I think it would have been okay, but I think that, honestly, the reason why this episode is a good episode, in my opinion, is because of that fight. If you didn't have the fight, maybe it wouldn't be as kind of one of my favorites, that's really what it comes down to. So, like I said, when I'm looking at this episode, I see a really good episode, okay episode at times, it's a good episode. It's somewhere in the middle, I think. So, I really did enjoy this episode. Is it one of the best from this half season? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm going to have to really think about that, to be honest. I've only seen the episode once, but of course, if you're new and you have just seen this video for the first time, you're new to the channel, please subscribe, of course, to see all my reviews weekly for The Walking Dead leading up to the last 3 episodes for The Walking Dead. So, episode 14 prediction is going to be coming out soon, right after this, so don't miss that. And of course, episode 14 is going to be a Scars episode, so I cannot wait to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Write your comments about this episode, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.